This is the video made for the Erasmus program, the Worldwide School Psychological Support in the Post-COVID Era. The title of the video is Bullying and Cyberbullying. Bullying is a subcategory of aggressive behavior that is characterized by hostile intent, the harm caused is deliberate, imbalance of power, real or perceived power inequality between bully and victim, and repetition over a period of time. It has also been suggested that the distress of this victim, mild to serious psychological, physical or social distress, and the motivation of the bully should be added to this list. However, some of these characteristics have been disputed. For example, the imbalance of power. In recent years, aggression has entered the schools of in several states as a major problem. From the European side, the concept of school aggression began to be studied in the last 30 or 40 years and is treated from a multidimensional perspective, which includes a set of many factors without any criminal connotation. In fact, special emphasis is given in the family and the educational system as the main causes of the appearance of this type of behavior. There are 6 basic types of bullying: verbal, physical, psychological, cyber, sexual, and higher education. Cyberbullying is becoming one of the most common types and serious ones. Direct bullying is a relatively open attack on a victim that is physical and or verbal in nature. Indirect bullying is more subtle and harder to detect, but involves one or more forms of relation aggression, including social isolation via intentional exclusion, spreading rumors to defame one's character or reputation, making faces or obscene gestures behind someone's back, and manipulating friendships or other relationships. Pack bullying is bullying undertaken by a group. One research found that the pack bullying was more prominent in high schools and lasted longer than bullying undertaken by individuals. School bullying refers to one or more perpetrators who have greater physical or social power than their victim and act aggressively toward their victim by verbal or physical means. Different types of school bullying, including physical, emotional, verbal, cyberbullying, sexual, and higher education. There are many effects of school bullying, the most common being feeling of depression, anxiety, anger, stress, and helplessness. In less common instances, the victim may have a decline in school performance, or even less commonly, commit suicide. 1 of 3 children experience bullying at some point at its education. School bullying might not end with interaction between students. Other dynamics may be visible within a school. Students may bully each other or others, teachers, staff, parents, but the students may also experience bullying from teachers or staff. These dynamics may also be in play between staff and teachers, parents and teachers, or any other combination therefore. Cyberbullying, coupled with the increasing use of computers and the internet, the use of such technology and social media has moved some bullying from the schoolyard to the internet. Schools experience difficulties in controlling off-campus bullying due to the perception that their role stops at the gates of the schoolyard. Suggestions have been made that principals act to include cyberbullying in their code of ethics, allowing discipline of bullying outside of school facilities. Some research of Harris Nixon find that students do not reach out for help with cyberbullying for many reasons. They do not feel connected to the adults around them. The students do not see cyberbullying as an issue that is worth bringing forward. They do not feel the surrounding adults have the ability to properly deal with the cyberbullying. The teenagers have increased feelings of shame and humiliation regarding the cyberbullying. Research suggests that cyberbullying is sometimes an extension of bullying already taking place elsewhere. Students who were cyberbullied have, in many cases, also been bullied in other ways before, for example, physically or verbally at school. There are few students who are bullied exclusively over the internet. Some cyber victims are physically stronger than cyber bullies, which leads these bullies to prefer online confrontation to face-to-face contact. The characteristics of bullies. Several main categories of bullying have been identified. Koller also noted that some bullies need to feel superior to others, the confident bully. Bullies with low self-esteem often try to bring others down, the social bully. Other bullies appear though, but are courtly. They tend to want to be seen as tough, the fully armored bully. Other factors associated with being a bully is lower school performance and higher self-esteem. A bully has a perceived authority over another due to factors such as size, gender, or age. Bullying among girls differs, being more focused on physical appearance, emotional factors, or academic status. Bullies also tend to target people with physical impediments, such as speech impediments, for example, stuttering. The majority of stutters experience some degree of bullying, harassment, or ridicule during their school years from both peers and teachers who do not understand the condition. The characteristics of victims. Victims of bullying tend to be physically smaller, more sensitive, unhappy, cautious, anxious, quiet, and withdrawn. They are sometimes characterized as passive or submissive. Possessing these qualities makes these individuals vulnerable, as they are seen as being less likely to retaliate. Another risk factor for becoming a victim is low self-esteem. However, low self-esteem can also be a consequence of having been bullied. Victims of cyberbullying, on the other hand, may not have lower scores than involved students, but might have higher body-related self-esteem than both victims or traditional bullying and bullies. The effects. As a result of bullying, victims may feel depressed, anxious, angry, stressed, helpless, out of control, and may experience a significant drop in school performance or, in rare cases, commit suicide, bullycide. They tend to feel more lonely and problematic adjustment to school. Over the long term, they may feel insecure, lack trust, exhibit extreme sensitivity or hyper-vigilance, develop mental illness such as avoidant personality disorder or post-traumatic stress disorder, or develop other health challenges. They may also desire revenge, sometimes leading them to torment others in return. Anxiety, depression, and psychosomatic symptoms are common among both bullies and their victims. and alcohol and substance abuse by them are commonly seen later in life. It is known that people with depression feel much better when they talk to others about it, but victims of bullying may feel reluctant to talk to others about their feelings, for fear of being bullied for doing so, which can worsen their depression. While most bullies in the long term grow up to be emotionally functional adults, many have an increased risk of developing antisocial personality disorder, which is linked to an increased risk of committing criminal acts including domestic violence. Bullies have been shown to have higher levels of social loneliness and lower levels of school adjustment. The educational quality and outcomes. Violence and bullying at the hands of teachers or other students may make children and adolescents afraid to go to school and interfere with their ability to concentrate in class or participate in school activities. Bullied students may miss classes, avoid school activities, skip school, or drop out of school altogether. Bullied students may also have lower grades, greater academic difficulties, and be less likely to anticipate going on to higher education. International analysis highlights that the impact of bullying on learning outcomes, showing that bullying reduces students' achievement in key subjects such as mathematics. Further, unsafe learning environments create a climate of fear and insecurity and the perception that the teachers do not have control or do not care about the student, which reduces the quality of education for all. Warning signs. Signs that a child is being bullied may include unexplained injuries, symptoms of anxiety or post-traumatic stress, loss of destroyed clothing, changes in eating habits, declining grades, continual school absence, self-harm, suicidal ideations, and becoming overly apologetic. Signs that the child is bullying others may include getting into physical or verbal fights, getting sent to the principal's office frequently, having friends who bully others, and becoming increasingly aggressive in normal activities. Signs that the child has witnessed bullying include poor school behavior, emotional disturbance, depression, post-traumatic stress, drug and alcohol abuse, and suicidal ideation. Some statistics made in 2018 shows that in Russia the percentage of bullying has it was up to nearly 40%, and on the other hand, Portugal shown the less school bullying, reaching about 15%. Effective national responses. Based on UNESCO case studies of 6 countries that have succeeded in reducing school violence and bullying, for example, Estonia, Italy, Jamaica, Lebanon, Republic of Korea, and Uruguay, as well as 2 countries that have maintained low levels over time, Netherlands and Sweden. There are a number of factors that contribute to effective national responses. This is political leaderships and high-level commitment, collaboration and partnerships. At the school level, it includes partnership.